Hello once again, it's your boy Sick of Farming Galactic Legends here, back once again with another Gear 13 Is It Worth It? This one's a little bit different. We're having a look at Sith Marauder. He's going all the way up to Relic 7. Now, when I say that, he's going to be one of the last characters, the good characters from a Galactic Legend farm. I'm now onto Krennic, Maul, Sidious, and Tarkin. So I'm not going to cover those exclusively on each separate videos. I usually do a video called My Galactic Legend Journey, and they'll all be encompassed in that anyway when I just unleash everything, get them all relicked up. And having a look at his base stats, Gear 12, a little bit underwhelming. Health isn't too much. Having a look at his kit, it's going to deal physical damage and inflict offense down for 2 turns. That's pretty clutch without a cleanse in there. This one is the interesting one, the dealing physical damage to the target and grant all enemies potency up. If this attack scores a critical, which there is a lot of, reduce the target's max health by 15, which can't be resisted until the end of the encounter. That's interesting there, reducing max health and also crit hits. Now, I will come on to modding a little bit later in the video. I'm going to have a look at how you guys have modded him and my personal take on it. This one's an interesting one. The Force shall free me. Sith Marauder has 10% defense plus 10% health steal and tenacity for each buff on all characters. Sith Marauder has +2 crit chance, +2 offense, and +2 potency for each debuff on all characters. So the offense, the crit chance, etc. When we're having a look at the debuffs that Sith Empire create for themselves with the stacks of ferocity, and also teams like Jedi, which rely on the buffs, that's a double whammy. So this character is absolutely amazing when it comes to fitting into this slot as well, as in, like, my opinion, the 5th slot rather than HK. So in terms of this, as I say, I'm going to quickly flash up what it looks like, and I'll come back to it as well. The early game, when you first unlock Darth Revan, absolutely go for HK in there, but when I think you get on in the game a little bit, you need to be considering Sith Marauder in that lineup. He is much, much more versatile, so many more uses than HK. In my opinion, HK just is way too slow. He's okay for the majority of things, don't get me wrong, but Sith Marauder is absolutely next level for this squad. We will need to take him, as I said before, up to Relic level 7. We'll be doing that today, and we'll also have a little bit of a longer video. We'll also have some arena footage as well. The Horde is coming on nicely. At the moment, I am farming for Sith Eternal Emperor, and we are 12 or 13 Gear 12 and Gear 13 plus pieces away from away from doing the challenge. So quite a lot of them around. This is a character that has been going a long, long time. And in terms of gear level distribution, 47,000 of you have got. So 14% of the player base has got this character at Gear 13 already. This isn't a secret that this character hits super hard. In terms of modding, now, you saw a little bit earlier that for each debuff that we've got, it's going to increase our crit chance. You'll see that a lot of people here have modded for crit damage and crit chance. I actually don't think you need to crit chance at all. And in this video and in the footage coming up later, I haven't modded for crit chance, hence the reason. Basically, he crits every single time. He does not need it. Crit damage is definitely the big one. I'm going to flash up a card during some of that. And health is also a big one, in my opinion, as well, because he gets an insane amount of health steal. He is hard to kill off. He is a one-man army, basically. So in terms of having a look at a baseline reading for the sort of damage that he's doing at Gear 12, and again, this is Conquest, this is no data discs, this is just a flat reading, and then we're going to go over into Arena and have a look. Now, when I said about the extra damage, right at the bottom there, if all allies are Sith Empire, at the start of the battle, Sith Empire allies have plus 50% crit damage. So crit damage is absolutely the mod set that you want to be going for as well. You can see there, his opening move didn't really do a huge amount, 40,000, I think it was. So in terms of that, it's a little tickle at the moment. It's not really putting the fear into the enemies, but we're going to change that. We're going to have a look at it, and we're going to put some decent mods on him. I've actually got an offense set on him. I haven't touched this character for a good 12, 13 months, and I've just not used him. He's been on the bench. He's been one of the to-dos for the longest time. So having a look at this, one of these armor tools, that's pretty good. Health is good. Bayonet is good. So it's all relevant stuff. The Gear 12 plus pieces is going to be strength, which is your health. There's more health there. Just as I farm up the last little pieces of these, yeah, for me, health is going to be massive. He's going to gain a huge amount of health also from his relics. So we'll have a look at his relics and what they do as well. Ding, got it. Thank God I hit there, because I tell you, farming for a Galactic Legend, oh God, this is going to be my third one. I hate them. I'm not going to be rushing for Kenobi, even though he'll probably be amazing, but that's another video. So again, quick recap: physical offense 3392. Let's go and apply them. Let's go and see. You'll see there that he had a little bit of crit chance as well. Down there on that one, the finisher, crit chance as well. And also lots and lots of damage. So yeah, all good stuff, all relevant stuff. One of the most relevant that I've seen when I'm taking characters up to Gear 13. So we're going to take him up the relic levels, and we'll have a little look at what increasing these relics do for him. So at Gear 13, flat Gear 13, not bad health and protection. Physical offense is 4309. Yeah, it's okay. Not too bad. But we are going to now go apply the relics, and we're having a look at the strength growth is going to be health, armor, physical damage. 3 brilliant things there. Well, 2 brilliant things. 1, okay. Armor. In the agility growth, we've got armor and physical crit chance. So you're going to have a ton of crit chance added to this character. Hence why I don't feel like you need a crit chance set on him. We have resistance to special damage in the tactics growth. I'm not interested in that. The other one that I am interested in is strength, attack, and mastery. Now, accuracy is always good. With characters, when they get their relics, like Rey Jedi Training and stuff like that, or Jedi Training Rey, whatever way around you do it, accuracy is actually pretty good. We've got damage down there as well. And then we've got armor and resistance penetration. So just have a look at that physical crit chance. We've got a ton of extra physical crit chance just from taking him up to relic level 7. Health is also another 20,000 basically. So won't be going to relic level 8. Maybe as a passion project. Who knows? Let's see how much damage he can output in arena. So let's try it off in Conquest first. We had a baseline reading of about 40,000. So let's go in, let's check what we're hitting now, and let's also change those mods out as well to crit damage. So now we're looking at about 68,000 health. And we're looking at 7,348 offense or damage. So he's going to be hitting super hard. The crit chance, where is it? The actual crit chance is ridiculous at 74%. So unless enemies are looking at running crit avoid as well. But then also you've got to remember the stacks of ferocity. They're pretty much always going to have at least 5 or 10. It's going to be about 10 to 20% extra involved in that as well. So I've now modded up. I've went for crit chance, crit damage initially, but I've eventually, after this video was done, I've actually done health instead. So let's go back in. Let's have a baseline reading of how that affects this character now. So we're going to start off exactly the same move. We're going to get that up, going to get the fear out, and going to get, there we go. Right, so big hit here. What sort of damage are we doing? 146,000. Very nice. So that has more than tripled. That's about 3.5 times the damage that he was doing at Gear 12. Attackers hit incredibly hard when they go up to Gear 13, let alone Relic 7 as well. So let's see if that number is fairly reliable. And going back in as well, I think it is important. I've done quite a lot of testing. These numbers are pretty reliable. Not a huge amount of scope for like going off track. So let's go again, and yep, in we go. 145,000. So some nice damage coming out of this character at the moment. So all good. Let's try it one more time, and then we'll go into arena. So yeah, eventually I did change that out to health. Again, a little bit extra offense, a little bit extra health if I can. I'm going to be slicing up that health mod as well, so that's going to be helpful. So that's my plans with him, is crit damage and health. So now with the new mod set, where I've got a little bit more offense on him with secondary percentages, Okay. And also I'll be giving my thoughts on this character, which you can probably guess. 150, there we go. So this character hits hard. So I'll be giving my thoughts on the arena footage towards the end. But obviously there in Conquest, it's not a real good test. Let's have a look at the squad arena and let's actually see if we can one-shot a Malak off the bat, because if we can, that's just absolutely ridiculous. I've got a feeling we probably won't, but let's have a look. And certainly, well, yeah, let's have a look actually. So Pez up there was kind enough to put in his Sith Empire for a few battles for about half an hour to an hour. So thank you. Big shout out to Pez for allowing me to do some testing, because as I said, Conquest isn't the best for testing. It's okay. It is a version of it. So I've got the jump on them here. Let's throw that out there. Let's put, fear out. We've got the corrupted battle meditation out. So let's get the fear out there. Okay, and yeah, let's dispel. Okay, so let's see if we can, how much damage we're doing to a Darth Malak. 104,000, so it's around about half. Most Malaks are probably about 200 to 250, something like that. But as I said, it's a nice start. It's around about what I was expecting against Malak. But what I am interested to see is how are we? Is it going to work basically like Vader when is he going to be able to one-shot Darth Revan pretty much off the bat, which makes it insanely easier. Sith Empire is still not an easy fight, but it does make it a hell of a lot easier. So just as we cycle through, basically anyone he touches, comes into contact with, pretty much dies. Bad example there with Basti, but he, HK, if he managed to clip him, he's done for. So some big damage there, 82,000 once again. So looking good, feels a lot easier now. Just absolute raw damage coming out of this character. So let's go back in. I do a few of these matches as well, so I'm not going to commentate over all of them. But as I said, we do not miss a crit hit. So it is with a word of caution that when you come to hit Malak is because obviously you're going to be crit hitting. Obviously, I went through a few different scenarios, opening scenarios, whether it's fear, whether it's that I'm getting out, whether it's the shock. So like here, I've got corrupted battle meditation. So now when I'm hitting, let's have a look how it goes. Still crits, even with corrupted battle meditation on. Still crits, still no need to honestly get that crit chance on there. Save it for health. Yep, nice big hit. And the third one, I think I'd go then straight for Darth Revan. But I think either is pretty valid anyway. Sith Trooper out of there. So yeah, this character feels good, man. This character feels great. Great byproduct of a Galactic Legend farm, which otherwise I wasn't too bothered about. I mean, Sith Eternal, obviously, if you've watched the channel before and you've seen the videos about the Imperial Troopers, amazing faction. That is one thing. I was just going for, all I was doing when I was starting this farm for Sith Eternal was honestly getting a counter for Mon Mothma. That is what I wanted, because I didn't have a good counter for Mon Mothma, and it probably ended up with a Galactic Legend within the next couple of weeks anyway. So that is a brilliant byproduct. I've got Imperial Troopers out of this, and now I've got a really good Sith Empire team as well with Sith Marauder in there. So that's what I really do like about it anyway. So yeah, corrupted battle meditation. Okay, there we go. Right, let's see what we can do with Darth Revan. Let's see if we can take him out. 200,000, there or thereabouts. Pretty good. That's all I need it to do. I don't need it to do any more than that, honestly. But as I said, every time this character touches someone, they seem to disappear. 15 stacks, that's going to be a big hit. 125,000. Yeah, when this guy gets going, there isn't much you can do to stop him. And the last battle as well I'm going to put in is my experience of facing him, certainly with a Vader counter, which I feel is a little bit better. Certainly if you don't have the faster Darth Revan, like Vader can be an amazing counter and like a huge min-max in my opinion. So finishing off Malak is always tough, not with Marauder, big hits going in there. So yeah, my thoughts honestly with this character, absolutely worth it, even if you're not going straight for Sith Eternal Emperor and going straight to Relic level 7, I honestly would consider getting this character just to Gear 13, just simply because he's going to be a great addition into this squad as opposed to HK. HK won't really have a home, and as I said, newer players will definitely have HK in there, and I'm not slating HK. HK is all right, but he becomes a little bit obsolete when you get this character anyway, so that is my thought on it. But absolutely would consider having this guy to Gear 13, even without relics, if you are min-maxing, because the increase in damage is insane, like so good. And just as we finish up here, obviously I'm going to go on offense and then show the defensive side of it. And the thing that makes it interesting when it is on defense, wow, big hit there, huge hit. So the thing that makes it interesting when he's on defense, it's easily overlooked. If you haven't dealt with this character before on defense against a Sith Empire, especially with a Vader counter, the natural instinct is to worry more about Malak and more about Bastila Shan, like I did on my first one. Yeah, big hit there. I mean, this guy just brings the party. So in terms of with Vader here, right? So when you're looking at this lineup, you've got what look like three big threats. You've got Revan, you've got Basti, and you've got Darth Malak. Now, this is the other thing. He's going to gain turn meter when there are attacks out of turn. So he cannot be trusted to be left like unchecked. And with that extra health, making him tanky, it's the same as people, rather than just going for speed, they've made Basti like tanky as well. Okay. So now in this spot, this was I think the first time I ever did this battle. In this spot, I'm thinking, right, my threats are Malak and my threat is Basti. I need to get rid of them. In terms of where the threat is, they're all equal threats. Just simply because of the kit, the Darth Revan kit. When you think about those stacks of ferocity, it's going to be some huge hits. And honestly, this guy, so I was thinking more about the Basti, I was thinking more about Malak here. I wasn't really bothered about this guy until he took out Shore Trooper, and now everyone is exposed. Yeah, Piet was Gear 8 at the time, I'll accept that. But yeah, he is just as much threat to kill off as Malak and Basti as well. So fingers crossed you've enjoyed. Hopefully this helps you make up your mind. I've been That's No Moon. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Discord is down in the link below as well. And I will see you all next time. Cheers, guys.